Action.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Wednesday, and I'm not usually on Wednesdays. So, welcome to Live on Wednesday. And the sun is out. Finally, we had rain and rain and rain and rain. And more rain.
Yep.
So, it's Paula and Val today.
Yep. Mutt and Jeff. You once said that about us.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. We have a couple people. Now we have 5. Hi, everybody.
And I had something really nasty in my eye. Sorry, guys. Anyway, welcome to Facebook Live today. Got a cute little project for you. And we've got a few announcements. Kate and Patrick are in Chicago at the H&H show. And I'm sure they're going to pop in at some point and do a live. I don't know when that's going to be. We haven't heard.
Hopefully a couple times.
Showing
us some of the new stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited. I always like to see new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
So this week, again, there's a few changes to our calendar. This Friday is the Annie on the Go bag that Elaine is doing. So that's a virtual class. You can still sign up for it. And then next Tuesday, this is the change-o. Next Tuesday is Viking Club. So 5/13 is Viking Club. Then Wednesday, 5/14 is Bernina Club.
Okay.
And then Wednesday, the 21st is Baby Lock Club.
Okay.
So we changed things around.
Right. And then the 23rd is the Serger class that Kate's doing, the Zoom class.
Right, the Zoom class on, is it the, I don't remember the name.
Block party.
Block party,
yeah.
Right. And then, just so all of you local people, on Monday the 26th, our store is going to be closed to celebrate Memorial Day.
Okay. And
then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of that week, the Castle Rock Quilt Show. So we hope to see a lot of you local folks down there come visit our booth.
Yep, it's going to be fun.
It is going to be fun. So we do have a giveaway. This little bag, it is so cute, is going to Karen McPherson.
Yay!
So Karen, we will put this in the Littleton transfer, and they'll give you a call when it gets down there. And Paula has some jokes.
Okay, just a couple.
All right, so there we go.
All right.
Paula's reading. The sun is glaring, so we're going to do this a little bit. Okay. We're dancing with the phones. Okay.
All right, so these are just some one-liners, okay? All right. How do you know if a vampire is unwell?
I don't know.
Because he'll be coughing.
Oh, very good.
Let's see. Why did the bicycle collapse?
I don't know.
It was too tired.
Too tired. Gotcha. Okay.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Now I got it.
And last one. What kind of music do Bubbles hate?
Pop music. You got some great ones.
Okay,
oh,
that's
dear.
What happens when you look at 201 for jokes.
Yes. Baby Lock Club is Wednesday, the 21st. And Kate and Patrick, to our knowledge, have not done a show. We don't know. I mean, I haven't seen one yet.
I think that they talked to Kim this morning.
Right, on What's New Wednesday. Yeah. But they haven't done a show.
They're not, they just flew there. They just got there. I don't even know if they're...
Kate left early this morning. So, and Patrick was there for some classes. So, and Karen, you are so welcome. And I think we got all of that stuff answered.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get to it.
So we are doing a fun little project today.
I'm going to slide in before you.
You go for it.
We are doing this cute little crossbody bag. That's so stinking cute.
So this is a project that I found on Facebook, and we've tried linking her video, so we're not giving up on that. But so
look at all the
far,
little pockets.
Her video is not linked to our website.
Okay.
But we're going to continue to work on that.
Okay.
So the lady, I'm going to give you her name
Okay.
so that possibly you can get out there. And it is JEENUCHDIY and Craft.
How do you say that?
I don't know.
G.
JEENUCHDIY and Craft.
Okay.
So this is where I found it. We're still going to try and link the video because we want to give her credit for what she's done.
Right.
And it's a great site. She does all kinds of bags. So Amanda has put up on our website today the cuts of the fabric, but I'm going to tell you again what they are and show you. This is the bag. We do have a kit, so it does not include the snap, but we're going to talk about other types of closures.
Okay.
You are going to need, and I've done a little prep work here because I didn't want it to go on forever. You're going to need a 7 1/8 by 20 1/2.
7 1/8 inches by 20 1/2 inches
of the main and the lining fabric.
Okay.
Now, I've given you enough in your kit that if you want to reverse these and have the yellow on the inside and the bees on the, or opposite, the yellow on the outside and the bees for your lining, you have enough to do either or and do your strap.
Okay.
And
cool.
then the second piece that you have to have is 7 1/8 by 15 3/4.
Okay.
So
7
pretty
1/8.
simple.
Why 7 1/8? Why not just 7?
Because that's what she said.
Okay. And we're nothing if not rule followers around here, right?
Right.
Yeah,
we
no.
follow the rules. Well, because I was using her video, I thought I should follow the rules.
Okay.
Then I used the lightweight batting, fusible batting.
Okay.
And again, Amanda put these up on our website. It is 6 1/4 by 19 1/2
Okay.
and 6 1/4 by 15.
So 2 pieces.
Two
2
pieces.
pieces of the lightweight batting, which is not included in the kit.
Correct.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So then the first thing we're going to do is on our fusible batting, you're going to round the corners on one end.
Okay.
I used my coffee cup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever you
Draw
want
it on there and then trim it off.
and trim that off. Then fuse that onto your fabric.
Just on one end.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to cut my tabs. So we'll get to that.
Okay.
But the other thing you need to cut then is your strapping, 2 inches
Okay.
by width of fabric. And you can, if you want, you could add a little extra. I took the end of one of the pieces I cut off from the bag
Okay.
and just added it on because
You wanted it a little bit
just
longer
a
than
little bit longer, and I was
42-ish.
playing. Yeah,
Okay.
I was playing around with it. Then we need.
You just sewed a regular seam, pressed it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's in half, and then fold it again,
Okay.
and we'll finish that here in a minute. And what I forgot, Amanda, could I get you to cut a couple things that I forgot? Okay, I need 2 pieces of the bumblebee fabric from over here on the table, cut into 2 by 2 3/8. All right.
Okay.
So while Amanda's doing that for me, I'm going to take this, my lining and the outside of my bag, right sides together.
What size of
This
those?
is the large one.
Okay. This is a
Yes,
7
please.
1/8 by 20.
2 by 2 3/8 or 2 1/2. I'm not particular. on that.
7 1/8 by 20 1/2.
Yes.
The yellow piece and the blue
And the
piece
blue piece.
that has the batting fused to it.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to just get these up here.
Peggy, real quick, we are making this cute little bag that Val found on Facebook. Super cute little bag.
Yes, that's why I left them there.
No problem.
Okay, so I'm just going to kind of hold these together,
Right sides together.
right sides together. We're going to leave an opening down at the bottom.
Which is the bottom? The end that's not rounded?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. That's why I have you here, is to take care of me. You
Sure.
know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
2 5/8 square.
No, 2 by 2 3/8. 2 inches by 2 3/8, or 2 inches by 2.5 is fine.
Okay.
Two by 2.5. 2 of them.
Yeah. All right. So on this, I do things just a tiny bit differently because we're going to turn this opening in. And I found a really neat trick when you start your opening here. So I'm going to come out here to the edge and I'm going to stitch up to the edge of my fusible. Just coming up.
Like about 2 inches from the edge?
Yeah, I'm going to leave about a 3-inch opening here.
Oh,
so
okay.
But the thing is, if you will start stitching out here, I'll show you when we get ready to turn it. I'm trying to keep my hand out of the way. And your stitching just goes right around the edge of your batting.
Oh, okay. So we got right sides together, and we're going to sew the whole thing together, right sides together, and leave an opening at the end.
Opening at the bottom, yes.
Okay. Can you use foam?
I think it would be too heavy on this little bag. This is really small.
Okay.
So I think that would be too small, too
heavy.
Too heavy. I used a really lightweight one. And you'll see why as we...
Because you have to turn it right side out.
We turn it right side out, but you've got 3 layers all together there that we would have to stitch through.
Oh.
And I think it might be just a little too fat.
Too heavy. Okay.
Now, the other thing that I thought that we could have done, and that would have been to have quilted the outside, if you wanted to go to that.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cute. You could just do a little...
So before sewing right sides together, you would quilt the blue with the batting.
Whatever. Yes.
Okay.
Whatever. And that would just give it a little more personality.
Sure. Yeah. Like a crosshatch.
Yeah,
or...
a crosshatch would be super. And you can see I'm just following right around the edge of that batting.
Okay.
Well, except there I kind of went in. But you're not going to tell, right?
Right.
Good.
We're not going to tell.
Never.
Laura, you could use a dual feed foot.
Absolutely.
You could to kind of help hold it all together, but if you pin it pretty good, just those couple of layers
I just
probably
did.
be okay.
Yeah. It's really not going to go anywhere. And I just used the 4. Now, yesterday when I did it, I didn't even pin it.
Okay.
But I thought I would be a little better today. So I'm going to come in about an inch, inch and a half. I'm going to pivot and come down here to the edge.
Okay.
And we'll just unpin these guys. And then we are going to take and round our corners here. Get rid of some of this bulk.
And again, all the measurements are up on the website under today's date on the calendar. All the specific measurements for the blue, for the yellow, and for the batting.
Yes. And we truly will try and get this link to her website because I really do enjoy watching her bags. Unfortunately, I sit and do that sometimes at night when I should be thinking about other things. So anybody that has made things that has to be turned knows that sometimes these edges don't like to turn in so good. By doing this little corner, they turn in really nicely. And you don't have to fight them.
Barb, you're right. This would be a perfect little bag for your granddaughters. I was just thinking the same thing for my
absolutely.
granddaughters.
Yeah.
My granddaughter loves little bags to hold all of her little
And
treasures.
Her trinkets. And yes. And Cora still loves bags. She found one that she made in a summer camp up here one time. And she's, look, Grandma, I'm still using it.
Can we tell them the vendors? Can I show them this piece of paper?
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of crappy
It's
writing.
kind of a little bit messy writing, but this is the name of the vendor, the gal on Facebook. This was the name of her Facebook page, right?
Yeah, it's just what it says here.
Jeenuch, JEENUCHDIY and craft. Okay, I'm gonna have to go check her out.
Yeah. And we really truly will try to get it
Get it linked up.
linked
Yeah.
up. Yeah. So by doing that little stitch in, look how nicely that folded. You don't have to fight it
Yeah.
for that closure. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to press it real quick here.
Okay.
Paula, you can just dance on the table
Sure.
or whatever.
Yeah.
you want.
Pretty sure everybody wants to see that. Yeah, I want to keep my job.
Well, we'll hope that Kate and Patrick aren't watching this. And maybe I'm not worried about your job. You are the quilter supreme. May be able to make a bag, but you can make a quilt in the same amount of time that I make a bag. Absolutely amazing.
I don't do bags very often because, they're 3-dimensional. And I can't picture that kind of stuff in my brain. It just blows my brain.
Hold please while I put just a tiny bit of water in our little Oliso. And if you ladies don't have one of these little Olisos, you need to get one.
They're pretty handy.
Matt, you might want to put the Oliso irons up on the website if they aren't already. All right, so we have this part.
So we pressed it nice and flat.
Right, and we're just going to come right across the bottom and do a little edge stitch.
This is the end where you have the opening, right?
Yes.
And you're just going to do
right
a little...
here. Just a little edge stitch to close it up so that it doesn't come apart on us. Oops, kind of veered off there, but that's okay.
Okay.
All right, now we are going to repeat this same process for the other short piece. The short piece is going to be our center pocket.
Oh, okay.
So what you have here, this is going to form this little pocket.
Oh, it'll fold in half and be the... Okay, excellent. So we have the batting fused on the wrong side of
On
the
the
blue
wrong-
again.
yeah,
And have you rounded
No,
those edges?
we don't round any
Okay.
edges. It's only on the outside piece that we round the edges.
Okay. See, I have to ask these kind of simple questions because I don't know.
But see, this is really good. You didn't watch me make this yesterday, so this is good because you're asking the questions that our customers ask. So you're just being preemptive and doing it for them. Okay, so again, I'm going to do that little go in.
So we're doing the same thing.
Same
Okay.
thing. Come in. Right to the edge of your batting or your seam line or whatever it is.
Okay.
Well, they're up there. The discount won't go up until $230.
Okay, no problem. So if you ladies want one of these little mini Olisos, you can get them. Good sale price. 20% off. They are some of the nicest little irons ever. And of course I have the pivoting function on the chorus. I think this machine is Paula's and my favorite one.
Yep. on the Halloween quilt out of Firefly fabrics. Oh, that's so cute. That's good to know. Okay. Oh, Barbara Brady said she's also on YouTube. This designer.
Oh, this lady. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I really like her.
Does she only do bags?
Well, I've only seen bags, but she must do lots of stuff.
Okay.
She's always popping up on my Facebook.
Okay. I'll have to look her up.
Okay, I am going to just press this a tiny bit again because the batting feels like it is not firmly attached right there, even. So we're going to give it just another shot of steam.
So it's just a single-sided fusible.
Yes. So Barb, have you used any of her things? Have you made any of them? I've done a couple of things from her.
Donna's bringing in her little Boston Terrier to see us tomorrow. I'm so excited.
I won't be here. Oh,
I'm so excited.
really, Donna? Thursday? That's the wrong day.
All right, let's see. How big of a needle do you suggest for bags like this in the Bianni bags?
9014.
9014?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good solid needle. I use 9014s almost
That's
exclusively
the only size I have in my house. Are
because then I don't have to
9014s.
keep track.
Right. Yeah. I have 9014 embroidery, 9014 quilting, and I do have a couple denim and a couple top stitch 9014, and the denim I have 100
Mm.
just in case
Well, I don't
I'm
do.
doing something really canvassy,
Okay.
you know, heavy.
I don't
heavy
do
metal
denim
kind of
stuff.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
against my religion.
I'm sorry.
I use 9014s and then I use 9014 anti-glue if I'm doing a lot of applique where I've done
Yes.
like the fusible steam
Okay,
seam and that
so
kind of stuff.
Again,
Those are the only two that I use pretty much.
this turned really nicely. We're just going to go back over here to
Okay.
our little press in that, cut and press. Throw a little steam on this.
But if I did like silks or, clothing
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that,
Then
I
I
would do
would
other
change.
needles. But pretty much I just do quilting and I just do 9014s.
And the other
It's pure
reason-
laziness, so I don't have to keep track of my needles.
Yeah, because we used to really be very, when
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of the knits and things like that,
Yeah.
I was very careful about what needles I used. And now, I don't even have a universal needle in my house,
That's what I pretty much use is universal.
and I don't have universal.
Mm.
Okay,
The iron does not come with a travel bag, Kathy.
no.
But you can make yourself one.
Okay, we're going to go ahead here and do this
If you're making you one, you can make me one too.
because I do have one of these little irons.
Because I
Yeah.
don't really make bags.
All right. So we're going to go here and just close up this opening just like we did.
Matt? Sorry. Just one second.
Hey, Matt, Amanda.
Sorry.
Sorry, we've got customers
Sorry to
here.
yell. Matt? Sorry to yell in your ears.
All
Yeah,
right.
Kathy. Yeah, if you feel like making a bag, you go right ahead.
Yeah, we'll both take one. Because I do have a mini Alyssa at home without a bag. All right. So now what we have to do is find the center of this piece.
Okay, this is the center pocket.
This is the center pocket.
Okay.
And the best way I found to do it, other than marking it, and again, I'm lazy, so if I don't have to mark something, I don't.
Okay.
However, in this instance, I may need to, because that crinkled just a little bit, and I did have a shine pin here. What I need is the ruler that I forgot. Hold, please.
Okay.
Paul is in charge.
Barbara, we still do have the pressing station over where we usually keep the chorus, but I do know that somebody made a kiwi cabinet,
Cabinet.
but I
Mhm.
don't know if that was for us or for a customer. Customers always come first, so we might
had
still
one
have the
for
box.
us, but we might have lost it. Okay, so what I want is about 3/4 of an inch here. And I'm just going to guess and golly it, okay? Or maybe we'll make it a full inch.
Guess and golly it?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard that.
Well, I hadn't either. I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
The lady says 2 centimeters, which I figured that to be, it was like 7.87 or, it was like almost 3/4 of an inch.
Okay. So you're just eyeballing 3/4 of an inch to
Yeah.
an inch on each side, drawing a line.
Yes, and
Okay.
I'll show you why here in a minute.
Okay.
This is going to form our pocket in a minute or two.
Did you do it the whole length of the thing or just
No,
one side?
just,
One half.
and not even a full half.
Okay. So you did about an inch on all three sides. The fold and the two sides. Okay.
Mhm. So this is what we're creating here. Is this little guy.
Okay.
So this will go to the outside of the bag. We've got this and we've got that. And I may need to look here again because I've got to remember how to sew this. So ladies, hold please. We're going to go in and slide this along.
Learn how to sew because my wife left me some she passed away recently. I try to use it.
We're doing our magic here, ladies. I'm watching the video.
Okay.
Okay.
This question right?
I would say that's great. Yeah.
Okay.
And Hobby Lobby doesn't have anything like that. I know Michael's brought on more fabric when Joann's went out of business, but I don't know if they have velvet.
Yeah, I went there yesterday.
Did you? Okay.
Maybe the Michael's up 100.
Okay, this is what I need to make sure.
Okay.
We're going to take our outside piece, which is here,
The long piece.
the long piece,
Okay.
and we're going to lay our pocket piece short here.
Yeah.
And this is what your lines that you needed to draw. And then I'm going to do just a couple clips.
Mary, there is not a pattern. There is a video, and the directions for the measurements and stuff like that are up on the website. And we're trying to link the video of the designer to the website as well.
Quick question. Can't find Samantha. So, do you guys know any place locally to get velvet?
Hobby Lobby is the one place I can think of.
Suggested.
Velvet is, you could also go to Allen's Bridal. They're down in Inglewood.
And they have velvet?
They very well might. Yes. All right. So this is right here is the website that I got her from.
Okay.
All right. If that helps
Okay.
everybody,
Okay.
better than my writing.
Okay. And then a couple people have posted the link to
Oh,
it
perfect.
here in the comments.
Perfect.
So if you're looking for the link for the video, you can just look back in the comments, and a couple of people have posted it.
You guys are the best. Thank you. All right. So we are going to go here. And then I'm going to do a reinforcing stitch
Okay.
because this is the top of the pocket, or will be the top of the pocket when we finish her up.
Okay. I might actually be able to make this bag.
You can. You and Lily could make this together.
That would be fun.
Maybe what is the cost?
We do have kits for this. It is $8.99. It has all the fabric that you need. It does not have the single-sided fusible
No.
batting in it. Just the fabric.
It basically takes 11 inches of each color.
Okay.
A third of a yard, or yeah, a third of a yard of each
Okay.
color.
That's
So,
easy.
it really is. And then what we're going to do is come up here and come here. And our bag is almost done.
Dang.
Dang. Not bad.
When do you sew in the tabs and stuff?
I'm going to show you.
Okay.
There's a few.
Okay. Inquiring minds want to know.
I wanted to press this first. We're going to make those tabbies next. So you have here and you have here.
Okay.
So we're just going to clip here and clip. Oops, slow down. This is so cheery. I love these little bumblebees
Yeah.
and their little yellow honey.
We do, yeah. So I'll give you one of our cards here.
Batting, Barbara values a very lightweight, single-sided fusible. Very lightweight.
It's a little heavier than the Ultra Soft, but Ultra Soft would work fine
Okay.
on this too, I think.
Okay.
All right. So now we're just going to set this aside for a second
Okay.
and make our tabs.
Okay.
And I know Amanda brought them over to us
I
somewhere.
think they're on the other side over there.
Somewhere. Well, oh,
On top of the machine.
on top of the machine.
Okay.
Okay. So,
So
now-
these are the tabs that you're going to sew
Yeah.
into the side
Uh-huh.
that you're going to sew your strap
yeah. Now,
to.
when she did hers, she had a ring. She had a pre-made handle that she put on with the swivel hook.
Oh, okay.
So I just kind of made up my own
Okay.
handle yesterday.
Okay.
But
If you don't have rings, do not despair. You can make tabs
yeah,
at 10 o'clock at night when you're sewing this.
Yeah. I was working on this yesterday during Kate's Facebook, and we kind of teased him and told him it would be a bumblebee. So there's one tabby.
So this
I'm
was 2
pressing
by
it in half.
like 2 by 2.5.
2.5.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And you pressed it lengthwise
Yep, hot dog,
in half and then
and then into the center.
into the center.
Mhm.
Okay. Oops, sorry. Just bumped the phone. So pressed each edge into the center.
Mhm.
Okay.
Then just take and do a straight stitch down each side.
Okay.
Sorry, trying to
That's
keep
okay.
my hand out of your way. And of course, the narrower you make these, probably the easier it is to, am I keeping you awake?
Nope, sorry. Yawning.
I mean, I'm trying not to.
I didn't sleep very good last night.
I didn't sleep.
Terrible insomnia for about
Oh.
3 weeks now. And it's,
Oh,
I tell you
man,
what,
that-
it's kicking my
It
butt.
is, yes. I was sitting in my chair at 8 o'clock and I dozed off. Well, then when you get ready to go to bed, yeah, I was wide awake. All right, so we have our tabs made.
Okay.
Now, what you're going to do is take these little guys and slip them right here in the edge. If you notice, I put mine down a little farther. I kind of watched her pictures, but this time I'm wondering if I angled it or I'll just leave it this way. It'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll try it.
Okay. And you're going to just stitch it in there.
clip it in for right now.
Okay.
Mhm. And then do the other side. This is the fun part.
I mean, this is a great size because you just put your phone and,
And
your
your
credit card.
yeah, and you're ready to
your
go.
driver's license and throw
Okay,
it.
hold please. I
Yeah.
remember I thought of something that would be even better.
Okay.
So, hold please. We're going to back up a step here. We're going to do this part first.
So you're sewing one.
Okay, I'm going to the outside pocket area.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And we are going to slide this down so it matches just a little better.
Oh, I see. This stitch here was the one that you did earlier.
Uh-huh.
See, I'm a little slow, but I'm getting it now. That's what I tell you. I can't think. 3-dimensional.
Okay, and again, I'm going to just do a reinforcing here. And I'm using white thread because guess what? It works pretty good.
And it looks fine on both of these colors.
It does.
And you're just doing like just inside the edge, right?
Yes,
Like
just
eighth of
an edge
inch.
stitch, yep. 1/8 to a 16th, you know. You just want to catch it.
Okay. And as soon as she's done doing this, we'll measure it. Do you know the size? We can measure it in just a second.
No, but we can certainly. There's a ruler, right?
Yep, I will do it as soon as.
Yeah. So we're going to do the other side.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let's just show them how you went all the way up to the tippy top. Okay.
Tippy bottom to tippy top.
Okay. And that was the.
The outside. And the reason I decided to do that was to get rid of these clips so that when we go to put the handle and the tabs on, it'll be easier.
Okay. So this is like the
front.
the front of the bag. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, I need very specific.
No, this is good. You know, it's kind of like when you watch a video and you're trying to write the directions.
Mhm.
You're so good, your quilt directions and things. But when you try to write the directions and you know what you want to say, but then you leave out a word or two. I can just see this for not only kiddos, but, you know, if you just want a quick little bag to carry,
Yeah.
a person could do this out of cork
Oh.
or vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have a big enough piece.
Yeah. It would need to be big enough. Okay. So what I had thought about yesterday was it was a little difficult to get my handles stitched on here. And I thought, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do my handle first and then make the loop and stick this in.
Oh, okay.
So what
Okay.
this is again a 2-inch piece. And I did my center fold.
Okay.
And then a fold and a fold.
Okay.
And this time I'm going to go to our favorite little quilting and go to our
You do it like a decorative
the
stitch.
serpentine stitch
Okay.
right down through the center. Okay, why are you not wanting to go? There we go. You could do edge to edge. You could do all kinds of cute little decorative stitches down through here.
You could do little bumblebee stitches
You
if
could
you
do
have a little
bumblebees.
stitch on your
Oh
machine.
my gosh. How cute would that be? Well, this
It would
is
take you an hour, but it would
this
be
is
cute.
the bumblebee path as he's flying around all of the flowers. So Monday, I had to have a sprinkler guy come because, yes, I had the pop top blew off or whatever that's called.
Okay.
And I heard a hummingbird already.
Aw.
You know, they have that special little
Yeah.
sound.
My stepmom and dad live in Washington State, and they have hummingbird feeders,
Yes.
and they have like dozens of hummingbirds that come and hang out at their house outside their windows.
That's amazing.
It's
I
awesome.
just have a pair or two that live between my back door neighbor and myself.
I can't get hummingbirds to come to my house, probably because I have dogs.
Might be.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time? Oh, we're okay. So this was my little thinking it's going to be easier. Let's go back to our regular stitch now.
Okay.
Yesterday, you can see I put the tabs in first, and then I tried to sew this, and it was just kind of awkward.
Okay, so
do
you're going
that.
to stick it in
So
there. And,
I'm going to create the loop before,
okay.
and then just stick the tab through
And then
and
sew
sew
the
it
tab
down.
in there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, let's see which
We're
one's
gonna
easier.
try, yeah. I mean, this might be even worse. Who knows? Okay, so just a couple straight stitches here on this one.
So you just folded it, what, like an inch?
Yeah, about an inch. Come on, baby. Don't we all talk to our machines? Come on, baby, do what I want you to do. Not what you think I want you to do. Now,
You talk nicer to your machine than I do to my machine.
well, we are.
I can't
on-
talk to my machine on Facebook Live.
I was going to say we are on Facebook. There might be some other words that I use at home. Just saying. All right, so we're going to fold up this other end. Now, one thing I would suggest is that you make sure that you have both of them folded
In the same direction.
in the same direction.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So, should I ask what kind of word you use?
No.
No?
No. Because
I
everybody thinks I'm kind of a nice person, and I generally pretty much am, except when I'm frustrated at my machine,
I don't.
which doesn't hardly ever
I was
happen.
going to say, I never have known you to say you've ever been frustrated with your machine.
No, not very often.
But when you're frustrated, watch out. Paula's on the warpath.
If
Okay.
it won't stay threaded,
Oh,
makes me crazy.
me too. All right. So this is what I'm going to, and we've got a lot of threads to clip here. But this is where I'm thinking, now I could be very wrong, that this might be a little easier. So I'm going to take this guy here. And I'm going to thread this into here. Come on. Come on. And fold it.
Okay.
And I, just because I'm a little weird, I take...
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but... Okay, takes one to know one, right?
Yeah, it does. I'm going to pretend like this is the back of my bag. So I want that folded edge to be to the back.
To the back. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to put this in like this and put a clip in there to hold it because we have to stitch all the way around now.
Okay.
And if this is too much for you, well, dang, I'm sorry. Okay, this is going to come up here. Again, I'm making sure it's straight. We're going to have this going. Okay, this is going to come in this way. So you might need to think about your jigsaw puzzle here as you put it together to make sure all of your things are going the way you want them to. We're going to clip this one in here. Again, only the back side, the back pleat
Okay.
is what we want to clip.
Okay.
All right. Now, at this point, you have your tabs in. But what we're going to do is start down here at the bottom
Okay.
on the back half.
Okay.
And we're going to edge stitch all the way up and around now.
Oh, okay. The flap and everything.
Everything, yes.
Okay.
And
I can't
again,
believe you figured out kind of how to do this. It's kind of amazing.
I watched.
I can't believe anybody figured out how to do this. That's so impressive. I'm so impressed.
I just followed the YouTube. I'm impressed at the lady that did it. I mean, really, it's just such a fun little bag.
Mary, we had baby doves just hatch at our house a couple weeks ago.
Did you really?
The same. I swear it's the same mom and dad. They
I'll
come
bet it is. They come
and they
back.
build a nest in the same
Yep.
tree.
All right.
And
So I'm very carefully, I had to take my clip off, but I'm going to hold my little tab in, making sure I get that. Now, I really suggest that you backstitch and reinforce.
yeah, for sure.
Because that is where all of that pressure is going to be once you put that $1 million worth of diamonds in your bag. Right?
Sure.
Okay. And then you're going to
I want your bag.
I was going to say, then you're going to give your bag to me with $1 million worth of diamonds. You could do one out of unicorns for Lily.
Oh, she'd love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cute. Oh, that isn't too good. Let's see if I can. I didn't get my corner pressed out very well. It's okay. It's just a bag. Right, ladies? Right. Okay, so now we're just going to lift this front pleat up.
Molly wants to know if diamonds come in the kit.
Oh. Diamonds are forever. All right, we're going to unclip here. I'm going to hold this in about where I want it.
Debbie wants to know if you could just sew the strap without the tabs, but I think you can't really. There's really no place to sew it onto.
You'd have
Without
to
the tabs.
tuck. You'd have to tuck the strap in
In
here.
there, and then it would be kind of at a weird angle.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. But you could just use a D-ring or something on the tab, and then there's so many different ways that you could attach it.
Mm-hmm.
A D-ring or a swivel hook or lots of different things. The other thing I was thinking, but I didn't have it, would be that some cording or
Yeah.
a leather strap
Yeah.
or, you know, something like that would be really cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so voila. Now, I'm not going to worry about trimming. I used a cam snap here. I did not include those at all. But you could do a buttonhole. If you decided to do a buttonhole, you would want to, at this point, put your buttonhole here,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could sew a button here.
Mm-hmm.
You could have used a magnetic closure.
Mm-hmm.
If you were going to do
You could do
that,
a piece of Velcro.
piece of Velcro. Again, if you were going to use Velcro, you would want to sew that onto here before you seam this.
Right.
A magnetic closure, you would want to put that in here and here
Mm-hmm.
before you sewed it up. But, looky here, we'll just press this little lid down. I call it a lid.
You could do a button with you could do like a little loop.
Oh, a loop.
A loop, you know, that you would put in there before you stitched.
Right.
Before you
So
set it
you
together.
could get a hair tie
Mm-hmm.
or a loop. You
Mhm.
could crochet a loop.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different
And put
things.
it in that end.
Yeah. In here. So you just have to think about it a little bit.
But you have to think about it ahead of time in case it's something you have to put in before.
Right. So here's your cell phone. Can go right down in here.
Oh, we need to measure. Let's measure.
Okay. Yes. So this is 8 inches
High.
by 6.5.
6.5 wide. Okay.
So there it is.
That's
And
so cute.
you have your crossbody bag.
What is the measurement of the pocket? Well, that is the
In here, you mean the inside pocket?
yeah. It's how wide is that? Like 6, 5.
From seam to seam, it is 5.
5 inches. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's for
5
your
by-
phone and your
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It would be perfect. Now, again, if you want to do a little pre-thinking here on your line.
Pre-thinking. Oh, that's a good term. I like that.
Well, yeah, I hadn't heard that before. but
Pre-thinking.
Pre-thinking, you could add a pocket in here to slip a credit card down in.
Mm-hmm.
So any of you ladies who are bag makers know that we all like pockets within the pockets of our bags.
Mm-hmm.
And you can create one that you can put your pin down in.
Mm-hmm.
You could do a credit card
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So lots of different options.
So fun. Excellent.
But hope you've enjoyed this. And yeah, that I
I think
that-
everybody did. I think this was
that
great.
worked out well. But we have the kits for $8.99
Super cute.
of bumblebee fabric.
Okay.
All right.
Super cute.
So, ladies, have a wonderful evening. I think we might get more rain the way it looks. Yay. I put fertilizer on Sunday. I'm sure it's all washed down the gutter by now. Anyway, thank you. Do you have live tomorrow? Who has
No,
live?
I don't know who has live tomorrow.
Oh.
I do not.
Okay.
I better not.
You're free for a day. Anyway, have a great day.
All right.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye-bye.